Okay, so this is how to eat a lobster island style.
The only way.
The only way to eat it, really. There you go. And this is our model, Kim.
That'd be moi.
Yeah, okay. And, oh, it's waving. You got your crackers and your pick and your fork. And you're going to show us how to eat a lobster. Oh, the woes are being you, right?
Yeah, stop that.
Alright, so we're going to go crack the first claw. Oh, that's potential disaster. Oh, there we go. Get that moved out, because that can just fling all over the place. Okay, you crack on the flat.
And sometimes it works, sometimes not so easily.
Yeah.
And one claw is always easier than the other.
Yeah. And you gotta make sure that you crack on the edge as well as the flat in order to get the claw. That's actually a pretty decent crack. And that's a solid chunk of meat.
Yeah.
And with the garlic butter. God, have garlic butter.
Yeah, it looks like it's killing me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Here's a little mini claw. That one can be a little tricky sometimes. Yeah. Some people I hear just suck it out, but I think that would take more talent than most people have.
I've never been able to.
No. Oh, and there's the arm, I guess. Yeah, no real technical terms here. These ones you want to crack on the edge.
Yeah. And yet again, sometimes crackers work, sometimes not so much.
Yeah, they can give you a bit of a hard time.
Sometimes it's easier to just use your finger.
They look like you're stripping them. See, there is no perfect way to eat a lobster.
I've been eating it for years.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, there we go.
When in doubt, finger.
There we go. And then we get the other claw.
Which is very similar.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
But, oh, by the way, the juice inside a lobster is incredibly good.
Yeah,
it's like salty, lobstery goodness.
Yeah. I was wondering what the heck you were doing.
It's amazing. You only get it out of lobsters cooked well, though.
Yeah, and it can go both ways. I mean, this is a cold lobster, so the meat's coming out a little bit easier because it's not quite still attached.
So sometimes the shell is harder to crack.
Yeah, the shell is harder to crack. So you kind of give a little to get a little in both hot or cold. And it's totally, your personal preference.
It's all personal preference.
Yeah.
I like them both.
You just like lobster.
I've had like 4 this week.
Yeah,
I gotta
go. Yeah, that's just cheating. There you go.
When in doubt, finger.
It's horrible saying.
Okay,
so yeah, move the shells away.
And you can make a heck of a mess.
You can. But you know what? Like anything else, if you don't make a mess, then it really wasn't that good.
Yeah. And honestly, no matter how many times you've eaten one, it tends to get everywhere. That's why they usually offer you bibs.
Yeah, those bibs are usually a pretty good idea.
Yeah. But bib or not, usually you shower.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and here we go. The legs. The legs are incredibly sweet meat. Yeah. They can be a little tough to get off sometimes, though, especially on cold lobsters.
Yeah.
And it's a lot like eating a freezy. You just go down to the knuckle. They're very visible knuckles, and then you sink your teeth in and you just pull it through. Yeah, you look a little confused right there.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's her telling the director to just shut up and let her eat her lobster. Alright, and then, again, you break off the knuckle.
And then go to the next one.
And then go to the next segment and keep going on down the line. When you reach the hairy parts, you can't really eat
There's
those.
actually a surprising amount of meat in them. You wouldn't think so, but there's a lot.
There is. And it's so sweet.
Yeah. That's why it doesn't need butter.
Yeah. Good luck getting that into the butter anyway. I'd like to see even you manage that. Oh, here we go. The cracking it in half. This is an important technique.
It takes a little bit, but there's as much meat in one as there is in the other.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
You see this part here? The red part is called the roe. And it's a delicacy here on the island, but certain people like it and certain people don't. I don't have to.
But it's definitely worth a try.
You should always try it because it does have a very distinct flavor. It's kind of like caviar. Some people love it, some people hate it. And I do have my own unique way of cracking a lobster tail, but it's always worked well, so
yeah, and
break with tradition.
Yeah, it looks fairly simple to do.
And you crush it in the middle, and then grab the edges and peel the sides open. And it cracks right down the middle.
So it's like peeling an egg.
Yeah, and then you just pull it out. Like that. See?
Perfect tail.
Oh.
Yeah. And just make sure you get it.
See, this part here is kind of controversial. People call that the spine, but it's not.
That's pure meat, right?
Yep. The spine is actually, it's like your spinal cord. Now the part that I'm pulling out now.
Yeah, that piece right there.
Yeah, that's the spinal cord. You don't eat that. You can, but it's just not very good. But that meat right there is all meat and it's very sweet.
That looks like a big chunk of meat to throw away. I mean, when you consider what you pay for it.
And people do it all the time. Anytime you get a tail in a restaurant.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Well, if it's not all over your face, you're not doing it right.
There you go. Yeah. Splitting the tail in half is usually a pretty good idea too. It can, okay, depending on how it's cooked, the tail meat can be a little tough sometimes. Oh, here we go, the fins, my favorite part. Sweet, sweet meat. And what you do is you take the fin, and just like the legs, you stick it between your teeth, and you kind of pull it through and suck at the same time. Excellent meat.
You see, this is my favorite part. It's the body. It's very controversial. Lots of people don't eat it. But there's as much meat in the body as there is in the tail. The flaps there, you don't eat them. You can, but they're not very good. But then the meat is all down the body. Just like ribs. Like
how long before they start charging for lobster ribs?
I don't know.
It's gonna happen someday.
And there's very large chunks of meat in the ribs. Most people don't believe we actually eat it, but we do. Yeah. Contrary to popular belief. And it's very good.
Yeah, well, like I said, when you consider how much you pay for it, you need to get every ounce out of there, right?
Yeah.
Every bit of meat that you can. And so it's just such a shame when you see somebody just eat the tail and throw the rest away.
Well, it takes nothing to actually flat it.
Oh, here we go, the knuckles.
When in doubt, if the pick doesn't work, use your teeth. They're not very hard, and they can be a little tough to get into.
Cracked with your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're too small for the crackers, obviously. And just every ounce of meat, you're just cleaning that thing.
Oh, I love it. That was a good lobster.
Yeah, that one actually came from Superstore, so.
Yeah.
That looks like a lot of meat.
It is. Like I said, and people just throw it away because they don't even realize. Oh.
Yeah, and it's funny too.
And it is my favorite part because it does taste a little bit different, but I like it.
Oh no, it's gone. All done. Make sure you clean up. Okay, well, thanks. Have fun.